The Spotify camp now. Charlie welcoming back. Centre-back Andreas Christensen into the fold. Real Betis boss Manuel Pellegrini hoping to upset the odds. Here's Juan Miranda. Ball on the left-hand side. Goes out for a Real Betis throw. Pellegrini now 69 years of age, a real veteran of football management. Talents all across Europe, and they've stolen into a good position here. Betis, Willian Jose on the left-hand side, sends in a looping cross. So with Enrique giving chase, but fantastic pace of defending by Balde. Here goes the Barcelona, the youngster down the left-hand side, streaking away. Alejandro Balde. Retain possession here, the hosts. Barca with the ball 40 yards from goal. Here's Frenkie de Jong. Balde once again an option on the left-hand side. He just showed that blistering pace a few moments ago. He'll give the right winger Luis Enrique something to think about if he dares to venture forward this evening. Frenkie de Jong out wide left to Balde, flicks in the low cross, defensive header away by Enrique. It's a Barcelona throw-in to the left-hand side of the Betis penalty area. Not a moment to breathe. The ball back in play with Busquets. Pedri on the edge of the box, loops one towards the goalkeeper. Simple enough job for Rui Silva. And Real Betis now have an opportunity to breathe, relax, survey their options. There's been 6 minutes that have come and gone at the Camp Nou. Scores are still level. And that was an early warning sign by Balde. Still only 19 years old. He's such a special talent. The Barcelona left back. Yet to score in professional football, but he's notched 5 assists this season. He's a threat at both ends of the pitch. That pace so useful. Trying to recover defensively as Betis look to attack down the right-hand channel. Luis Enrique gives chase valiantly, but he's not going to get there ahead of Frenkie de Jong. Goes out for a Barcelona goal kick. So this is the 32nd match of the season. For both sides, really approaching the final stretch, the business end in La Liga now. Both sides with a clear aim in mind. Real Betis trying to qualify for next season's Champions League, but the manager Manuel Pellegrini's admitted it's more like a dream at this stage. They've got ground to make up. Barcelona, meanwhile, tunnel vision for the title as Rafinha picks the ball up on the right-hand side, cuts in on that left foot. He's got Balde as an option at the far post, but instead he cuts back, finds Koundé in a crossing position. Now with Pedri, sends in the powerful low cross, but it's a good block by the green and white shirts of Real Betis. They managed to clear the ball away, lands at the feet of Andreas Christensen on the centre spot. Balde playing well advanced on the left-hand side, not afraid to throw bodies forward, and when he does go forward, Balde just invites Gavi, who has started on the left wing this evening, to just drift inside into more central areas as Ronald Araujo pings a big raking ball over to the on-rushing Balde. Tried to pull it back to Lewandowski first time. We've not seen too much of the pole in the opening exchanges at the Camp Nou. Barca still on the ball, cutting pass into the feet of Pedri, intercepted by Real Betis, and they're looking to mount a fast break too. The long ball towards Jose Perez trickles through to Ter Stegen fairly harmlessly. 8.5 minutes on the clock at the Camp Nou, still goalless between these two sides, but it does seem like a fairly open game. Betis trying to catch out their opponents on the counter-attack. It's a fairly deep line that Manuel Pellegrini's employing, but by no means parking the bus. They are taking a couple of risks. Real Betis, they've almost been caught out a couple of times as Martin Montoya plays the ball calmly back to Rui Silva, but between the sticks. Betis goalkeeper goes long, header won by Jules Koundé, but he's headed it into the path of Willian Jose. Not what he wanted to do. It's Canales with the ball to Juan Miranda on the left-hand side. Betis making good progress into the Barcelona final third. Canales, last touch off Rafinha. They're calling for a corner kick, but the officials say the ball stayed in play. So Barca on the attack now with Rafinha. Last touch off William Carvalho has gone out for a throw-in on the halfway line. Taken quickly by Barca. Rafinha giving chase again, and he's earned his side. A throw-in now right by the right-hand corner flag, deep inside Real Betis territory. Taken quickly again back to Jules Koundé in the right-back position. Ronaldo Araujo, he's already showed once or twice in this game the ability to play that big 50-60 yard switch pass over to Balde, who's always so hungry for the ball on that left flank. Good ball round the corner by Lewandowski. It's a chance for Barcelona here as Rafinha sends in the low cross, but he doesn't find a red and blue shirt. Goes out for a Barcelona throw-in, still to the right-hand side of the Real Betis box. But the referee, Carlos Del Cerro, has called a pause in play. Luis Felipe, the Betis centre-back, is currently down on the turf. He's about to hastily get back to his feet, but his teammates have urged him to stay down so that they can regroup, gather their breath and their thoughts. That was one of Barcelona's best moments of the game just about 60 seconds ago or so. Lewandowski's not been heavily involved, but that was good hold-up play. A first touch and a pass reverse into the channel to the on-rushing Rafinha. Found the Brazilian in plenty of space, but couldn't do anything with the cross, the former Leeds United man. Barcelona this season coming agonisingly close to their 27th La Liga title. It will be their first since the 2018-19 season. They're trying to chase down Real Madrid at the top of the all-time charts. Los Blancos have got 35 league titles to their name. But Barca certainly odds-on favourites this campaign. As things stand, they're going 9 points clear with 6 games remaining, and they are going to be forced into an early change here. Real Betis, it's Luis Felipe that's going to have to make way. Edgar Gonzalez, the player to come on, so that is a blow for Manuel Pellegrini. Luis Felipe has been a regular fixture this season, signed last summer from Lazio. He's a full Italian international, a player of decent pedigree. But Edgar Gonzalez comes into the fray at the Camp Nou, surrounded by thousands upon thousands of passionate Barcelona fans who are hungry for that title to be confirmed. Ronaldo Araujo pings the ball forward into Lewandowski. Good touch by the former Bayern Munich man. Brings De Jong into play. Barca gradually advancing towards the Betis penalty area. Good feet by Balde. Pulls the ball back to Lewandowski. Eyes up the shot from distance. Instead plays the switch over to Koundé. Early cross goes in. It's looping towards the roof of the net. And that's exactly where it lands, which is fine by Betis goalkeeper Rui Silva. It did take a deflection on its way through though. So it's going to be a Barcelona corner kick. Just over 13 minutes played. We've got the full 90 live on Flash Score. A long way to go in this one. Corner whipped into the danger area, and it's pulled away by the Betis goalkeeper Rui Silva. Ball recycled by Balde. In goes the cross towards Lewandowski, who wasn't marked. Doesn't quite find him though. Pedri keeps the attack alive by finding Rafinha. Dangerous cross in, and it's 1-0 to Barcelona. Deadlock broken inside a quarter of an hour, and it's Andreas Christensen with the goal upon his return from injury. He's been out for the last few weeks, a frustrating injury suffered while on international duty, and Barcelona take another big stride towards the La Liga title. It took less than 14 minutes. Andreas Christensen with his first La Liga goal of the season, and it was all about the cross from Rafinha. That's where the teammates called its go. The Brazilian was found on the right-hand side. The whipped-in cross, in swinging from that left boot, was delicious. All it needed was the contact from Christensen. He was so close to goal, he just headed it down into the ground. Didn't need to find a corner. Rui Silva left with no chance. It's a dream start for Barcelona as they look to keep the pressure on Real Madrid and keep striding towards that first La Liga title since 2018-19. Just coming up to 15 minutes played, it's Barcelona 1, Real Betis 0. A pensive look on the touchline from Real Betis boss Manuel Pellegrini. Barca chasing the title, but Betis do have serious ambitions of their own. They're keen to make the top four this season. The glamour of the Champions League could await them, but they have got ground to make up. As things stand, 9 points worth of ground on fourth place Real Sociedad. Makes for grim reading at this late stage of the season. Back underway at the Spotify camp now for around 60 seconds or so. Barcelona currently in possession with Frenkie de Jong. Now Araujo forced to go long under pressure from Perez. Loses possession. William Carvalho, decent feet in the middle of the park, but just took on one too many. It's not going to matter though. The Portuguese let off the hook by the referee Carlos Del Cerro, who points for a free kick inside the centre circle. Herman Petzela for Betis. Ball into the feet of Luis Enrique, but clear to see for all those inside the stadium that the winger had just strayed offside by a yard or so. Linesman's flag goes up. Here's Pedri, first time ball inside to Busquets in the centre circle. Now it's De Jong, who's temporarily drifted over to a wide left position. Fired into the feet of Lewandowski, but can't make it stick under pressure. But Betis, though, forced to try and go back to the goalkeeper. Rafinha gives chase ominously, but Rui Silva just about comes off his line to get there first. Slightly heart-in-mouth moment for the visitors there as William Carvalho spreads the play to the wide right-hand side. The former Barcelona man, Martin Montoya, spent 17 years on the books in Catalonia, product of the famous La Masia Academy. Here is Montoya on the ball now. Simple ball inside to Carvalho. The substitute Edgar Gonzalez gets an early touch of the ball, pinged wide left to Juan Miranda, but a good interception by Araujo.
With the cross and into the arms of Ter Stegen, but
Araujo plays the ball long again, which just allows Betis to regain possession. They are stringing some nice passes together here, Manuel Pellegrini's side, and it's Jose Perez who's found some space in the left-hand channel, tries to flick the ball inside. Didn't really come off though, not on the same wavelength as his teammates there. Guido Rodriguez forced to go back to Edgar Gonzalez at the back. Guido Rodriguez not heavily involved at all in the opening 18 minutes of this one. Barcelona have had much the better of the exchanges in the middle of the park, and that's hardly surprising when you look at the quality of players at Xavi's disposal. Sergio Busquets, a hugely experienced player. He's got exciting youngsters like Frenkie de Jong and Pedri either side of him, with bags of energy. Here's William Carvalho, 10 yards inside the Barcelona half. William Jose spreads the ball wide right to Enrique. Enrique with the lucky ricochet, plays it inside to Jose, goes down asking for the free kick, but the referee unmoved, and Barcelona able to dribble out from the back with the ball. Good one-touch passing by Busquets, while surrounded by green and white Betis shirts. That's what he's built his career on, Busquets. He knows exactly what's around him. 360 vision for the 34-year-old. Third on the all-time appearance list for Barcelona. This one tonight, he's 718th for the club. He's closing in on Xavi, his own manager, who sits second on the list. Betis streaking forward here with Enrique, does well to shimmy past Balde, but he comes back after being swarmed by Barcelona shirts. Martin Montoya plays it square to Carvalho, 30 yards from goal. Finds Miranda on the left, switching focus here, early cross goes in, and sliding in there was Sergio Canales, couldn't quite get there in time, and Marc-Andre ter Stegen able to gather in the cross. He wasn't all that far away, Canales, just around 1.5 yards, as he slid in to try and meet that low cross from Juan Miranda. Barcelona do have by far the best defensive record, not only in La Liga, but in Europe this season, as Frenkie de Jong tries to put the ball through. To Gavi, but couldn't quite find his teenage teammate there. Just over 20 minutes played at the Spotify camp now. It's still Barcelona 1, Real Betis 0. Andreas Christensen with his first La Liga goal for the club after Rafinha's fantastic cross. And that's the difference so far. We're just approaching the halfway mark in this first period. Barcelona have been the better side, but they've not had it completely their own way. Real Betis are a team with quality, an experienced manager, exciting players, mixed with experienced campaigners who know the division well. The likes of Sergio Canales seems to have been around for an eternity. Same can be said for William Carvalho, a long-serving member of the Real Betis squad. And they're coming forward again here with Juan Miranda. Adventurous on the left-hand side, the low cross is met in there by Luis Enrique, but couldn't divert it on target. That's the best chance of the game for Real Betis so far. And once again it came through Juan Miranda on the left. Brilliant energy from the 23-year-old. He's just motored up and down that left wing so far this evening. Luis Enrique was the target and he managed to find him. It wasn't the easiest shot to control. He hit it first time, he had no choice, the Betis winger, and it just went 2 or 3 yards wide of ter Stegen's near post. So they've got away with one there, Barcelona. Just a warning sign of what Real Betis are capable of, and that's a fantastic pass by Ronaldo Araujo into the feet of Gavi. Pull on the shirt by Carvalho. The referee points for a Barcelona free kick in the centre circle, taken short by Busquets. Kunde on the right hand side. Slack pass back to him by Rafinha, and he's given Betis an opportunity to break here. It's Sergio Canales. Barcelona will be thankful that he's not the paciest customer. He's forced to turn back the Spaniard, and the impetus really taken out of that Betis counter-attack. Here's the substitute centre-back Edgar Gonzalez. Had to come on around about 10 minutes ago to replace the injured Luis Felipe. Here's his compatriot Luis Enrique. Ball back to Edgar Gonzalez. Took a heavy touch, and now Barcelona on the attack again with Rafinha taken down from behind. And the referee surely will have no choice but to show a yellow card to the substitute Edgar Rodriguez. He's the player that lost the ball. Rafinha capitalised, and it was shaping up to be a really dangerous attack for Barcelona if Rodriguez Rodriguez didn't make that foul, Edgar Gonzalez, I should say, if he didn't make that foul, Barcelona would have been 2-on-1 and bearing down on the Real Betis goal. So he's in the book, Edgar Gonzalez. He's only been on the pitch around 10 minutes or so, and he's going to have to tread carefully for the remainder of this La Liga clash against some of the trickiest customers in world football. So the free kick around 30 yards from goal, Rafinha won it. He's interested in taking it by the looks of it. Barca shaping up as if they're going to shoot from here. It is Rafinha that takes it. It's a bouncing effort, but easy enough for Rui Silva, who springs to his right and gathers the ball in. Just approaching the 25-minute mark in Barcelona. Still Barcelona 1, Real Betis 0. Andreas Christensen with the only goal of the game thus far. Barca, as it stands, going 11 points clear at the top of the La Liga table. Real Madrid will be imploring Betis to take the challenge to their bitter rivals this evening. It's so hard to penetrate this Barcelona defence, as they've proven all season. By far the best defensive record in Europe. And the referees had to call a halt to play here. Player down injured for Barcelona is Pedri. He's just feeling his chest as the rain pours down at the Camp Nou. The yellow and white shirts of Betis and the red and blue shirts of Barcelona, both soaked to the skin already, and there's a long way to go in this one. Pedri just looked like he caught a stray elbow there in the challenge. It's a knock that he's going to be able to shake off. Play should resume any moment. So Real Betis, if they're going to get anything out of this game, they're going to have to score against Barcelona, who've only conceded 11 goals in La Liga in 32 matches this season, and 2 of those came last time out against Rayo Vallecano. That was a shock result. Luis Enrique doing his best here, breaking down the right-hand side, but more fantastic pace by Alejandro Balde. Those legs just an absolute blur when he hits top gear. And not only has he stopped the Betis attack, Barcelona going forward to mount an attack of their own. Rafinha cuts inside, but it's a wayward strike on his left foot. That's comfortably over the top of the crossbar. Goal kick for Real Betis. Barcelona averaging a goal conceded around 1 in every 3 La Liga games this season. Betis have got to try and breach that defence without their top scorer. Borja Iglesias, by far and away their main danger man in La Liga this season, with 12 goals, 3 assists in 29 matches. Willian Jose is the stand-in for him this evening. His record comes nowhere near, in truth, just 1 La Liga goal in 22 appearances this season, the vast majority of those appearances as a substitute. This is just his third start of the campaign. Not scored since February, Willian Jose, so Manuel Pellegrini will be looking at other players to try and chip in. Montoya trying to make ground on the right hand side, and he's pulled down by Gavi. The linesman flags for the free kick. Good work by the Betis right back. Comes in for Aitor Ruibal this evening. Many expected Ruibal to start. Montoya's only played 5 games in La Liga prior to this one. But he does have that history with Barcelona, which could be the reason Pellegrini's opted to play him. He knows this ground well. Played 67 first-team games for La Blaugrana, so he's not going to be overawed by the mammoth stadium. Speaking of the Manor Stadium, Barcelona fans have only got less than a month left to enjoy it before a temporary hiatus. May the 28th at home to Real Mallorca. It's going to be the last game at the Camp Nou for some time. Construction work's going to begin on it from next season. So they've got to savour these moments, the Barcelona fans. That'll be made that much easier if they leave with all 3 points tonight. Play back underway, ball pinged forward for Betis towards Willian Jose. Referee. Fairly simple decision there. It's a point for a handball against the Betis striker. It's going to be a Barcelona free kick around 20 yards shy of the halfway line. And the conditions at the Camp Nou really are treacherous this evening. Soaked night in Catalonia. The rain continuing to pour down. It's not glamorous. As the ball played through into the channel, Rafinha gives chase. He's been heavily involved, the Brazilian, early on here, but the linesman's flag goes up. Former Leeds United man judged to have mistimed his run. It did go just a second or so too soon. Betis get play back underway. Here's Canales. Finds Jose Perez on the left-hand side. Good ball inside to Miranda. Tries to find William Carvalho, who made a decent run in the box, and Christensen's forced to put the ball out of play for a Real Betis throw to the left-hand side of the Barcelona penalty area. Here's Juan Miranda. Jose Perez now running towards the Barcelona box. Tackle goes in by Koundé. Calling for a corner kick, Betis, but the referee says no. He points to the 6-yard box of Marc-Andre ter Stegen to signal. That's going to be a goal kick. So they just can't make it work just yet, Betis. They've had a couple of promising moments in this first half an hour, and this could be one of them here. They've pounced on a slap. Barcelona past the shot taken is a powerful one by Willian Jose, but it's fired wide of the left-hand post. It was a poor pass by ter Stegen. Guido Rodriguez was alert to capitalise on it. Willian Jose took the shot quite speculatively, it has to be said, from 25 yards out. But as I was about to mention, ter Stegen's not really been tested so far this evening, so you can't really blame Willian Jose for taking that effort on, but it was well wide of the target in the end. 13 minutes of normal time to play until the interval. It's still Barcelona 1, Real Betis 0 if you're just joining us on Flash Score. Another temporary pause in play due to injury here. And in fact, it's turned into a disaster for Real Betis. Incredible stuff on the touchline. Edgar Gonzalez has been shown his second yellow card. He came on as a first half substitute for Luis Felipe, and it was a late challenge on Pedri. He's left the Barcelona man in some pain on the turf. A stamp on the foot. The challenge was late. He only got booked a few minutes ago. It's an incredible turn of events here. A nightmare of epic proportions for Edgar Gonzalez. He's only been on the pitch 20 minutes. Came on to replace Luis Felipe. And he's received 2 bookings from the referee, Carlos Del Cerro. Real Betis down to 10 with a long, long way to go at the Camp Nou. It's the stuff of nightmares for Betis boss Manuel Pellegrini. And they're still arguing the case here, the Real Betis players. But it doesn't look like they've got too much to argue about. Sergio Canales arguing the case of his teammate, but Edgar Gonzalez is already down the tunnel. A 20-minute cameo. Proving to be an absolute nightmare. And Manuel Pellegrini It's gone into the book too. Carlos Del Cerro's having to take some fairly stern action here. Joaquin, the Real Betis veteran on the bench, also getting extremely animated. Betis down to 10, right up against it in Barcelona. And Xavi's side smell blood. Here's Robert Lewandowski. And it remains to be seen if Pellegrini's going to look to make the change. It looks as though Guido Rodriguez has temporarily dropped back from defensive midfield into the back four. As Juan Miranda takes the throw in on the left-hand side. And it was curious the way the referee just took his time over that decision. Pedri had been down on the turf for around 30 seconds or so before Edgar Gonzalez received his punishment. A bitter blow for Real Betis. And they're going to have to weather the storm here against the league leaders. Manuel Pellegrini described qualifying for next season's Champions League as a dream over the past few days. Failure to pick up any points here this evening may render it exactly that and nothing more, as Koundé sends in the low cross towards Lewandowski, and there's the killer blow for Barcelona. It's an awfully long way back for Betis now. Robert Lewandowski's doubled the advantage, and Barcelona cruising towards the 3 points. 2 goals to the good on home turf. Betis down to 10 men. And Xavi must be pinching himself on the touchline. It's Robert Lewandowski with his 19th La Liga goal of the season. Extends his lead at the top of the division scoring charts. It was expertly finished from the 34-year-old. He's been there and done it so many times at club level. It was a good run into the channel by Jules Koundé to start off the move. Played the cross in first time. On a plate for Lewandowski, who'd already anticipated the move. He was all alone in the centre of the box. The shot was taken from about 8 yards out, swept into the far corner. Rui Silva left with no chance. Not an easy finish at all, but Lewandowski eats those up for breakfast, lunch and dinner. 2-0 Barcelona, less than 10 minutes to go until half-time. Betis really up against it now. Substitute Edgar Gonzalez sent off just a couple of minutes before that goal went in. The manager, Manuel Pellegrini, was already beginning to lose his rag on the touchline. And it could be a case of damage limitation for the visitors already here. Very slim prospects indeed of being able to rescue a point from this kind of position. It would be a major shock. And Barcelona players will just be looking to fill their boots here. The likes of Gavi, he's only scored once in La Liga this season. He's playing on the left wing this evening. Rafinha will be keen to boost his goal tally. Pedri has been a frequent goal scorer for La Blaugrana this campaign. 6 goals in La Liga. Coming forward again here, Barcelona with Koundé. Slowed the play down, he's back with Andreas Christensen. Now Busquets in the centre circle. Plays the ball square to De Jong. Neat short passing by Barcelona, who are in full control of this game now. They can pick and choose when to hit top gear, when to start turning the screw and finding those gaps in the Real Betis defence. It's a good turn on the left-hand side by Frenkie de Jong. He's calling for the ball back. Played through to Rafinha. Takes the shot. And it's in for Barcelona. Rafinha makes it 3-0. They're going for the jugular here, the hosts. Real Betis calling for an offside flag. And it looks as though this one is going to be reviewed. It was a mightily close call. Rafinha made the run, and it's very marginal indeed. It was Busquets who played a fantastic ball through to the Brazilian, took one touch on his right foot around the goalkeeper and slotted it home with his left. And by my reckoning, that goal is going to get given. It looks as though Rafinha timed his run well, but it is going to be looked at by VAR. It's not been added to the score sheet just yet. It would be another devastating blow for Real Betis. With still a few minutes to go before half-time, Barcelona just beginning to really find their rhythm on home turf. As the referee, Carlos Del Cerro, awaits a decision in his earpiece. It was a tremendous ball through by Busquets to Rafinha, who to me looks like he's timed his run well. It will be by the narrowest of margins if this one's chalked off. In the olden days, certainly would have said at first glance, benefit of the doubt to the attacker. Looked dead level as the ball was played through. And the prolonged pause in play suggests that this one is being looked at forensically by the VAR team. It would be Rafinha's 7th La Liga goal of the season. This is his debut campaign for Barcelona. He's notched 5 assists as well, so he has been mightily productive since completing that £55 million transfer from Leeds United last summer. Now a regular with the Brazilian national team too, of course, Rafinha. And that eye for goal was extremely apparent there. In the way he darted inside to make that run from the right wing to a central position. And when you make that kind of run and Sergio Busquets is on the ball, you just know that the Barcelona veteran has that kind of quality to play you in. The weight was perfect, the direction was perfect. And the result is in from VAR. The goal has been given. Rafinha's goal stands. Rounded the goalkeeper and slotted it home with his left foot. It did look like by the narrowest of margins he timed his run to perfection. And Real Betis well and truly on the ropes at the Camp Nou. Rafinha notches his 7th La Liga goal of the season. Barcelona cruising on home turf.
When I can now have one
It was a confident finish from the Brazilian. His first touch on his right foot was perfect. Just to give himself the angle. To slot it through the near post past the onrushing Rui Silva between the sticks for Real Betis. And this is now in danger of turning into a horror show for Manuel Pellegrini's side. Still 3 minutes to go before the interval. There's going to be a few minutes added on at the end of this first half. Because that was a lengthy stoppage just to determine whether or not Rafinha had timed his run or not. Barcelona coming forward again. Rafinha plays the ball back to Pedri. Keeping the ball in the final third here, Barcelona. Pedri plays it square to De Jong. Here's Balde, well advanced on the left-hand side. Ronaldo Araujo in the centre circle finds Pedri. Pedri taking his time to pick the pass. He's come to the wide right with Jules Koundé. Rafinha dropping deep. Every Barcelona player just looking to get on the ball here as Betis dropping deeper and deeper towards their own penalty area. Here's Gavi now streaking forward. Lays the ball off to Balde. Thought about sending in the cross, but no Barcelona shirts made the run into the penalty area. So instead they've taken the slow road. Here's Araujo, 40 yards from goal. Plays the 1-2 with Lewandowski. Back to Lewandowski again, but the Poles layoff doesn't quite find its mark. And now Betis on the attack with Jose Perez. Does well to cut inside. Now William Jose takes the shot on his left foot. It was an ambitious effort to say the least, but it was one that had to be taken. Well wide of the target in the end, but Betis have to throw caution to the wind with those kind of chances. But they could pay the price for throwing bodies forward here. Barca on the attack with Lewandowski. Has the ball to the left-hand side of the box. He's done extremely well to shrug off the challenge of two Betis players there. He's taken down, calling for the free kick from Carlos Del Cerro, but the referee's allowed this game to run fairly smoothly up to now. And he's let that one go again. Finally, it's Frenkie de Jong that's penalised for a challenge. It's going to be a Betis free kick. Deep inside their own half, already taken, play back underway with Luis Enrique on the right-hand side. There's a player we've not seen for the last 20 minutes or so, one of Betis' key attacking weapons. He's just not been in this game. De Jong with possession inside the centre circle. Inch perfect pass to Jules Koundé. He's got options in front of him. One of them's Pedri. Made a good run into the right-hand channel. Tries to send in the low cross, but it's well defended in the end by the centre-back Herman Petzela. Jules Koundé forced to come back and finds Christensen on the halfway line. 5 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Not a great surprise as Gavi plays it to Lewandowski in the box. It falls to Busquets, fires it towards Rafinha, but there's too much meat on the pass. And Rafinha slumps to the turf as he watches that ball trickle out of play. The VAR call regarding Rafinha's goal just a few moments ago, it confirms that he and the last man were absolutely dead level when the ball was played. We're talking millimetres between Betis' last defender and the Barcelona attacker. It's no wonder it took the VAR team so long to come to a final decision there. But Rafinha ended up wheeling away in celebration, and there could be more in this for Barcelona. They're 3-0 up and cruising. The 3 points are signed and sealed. They're going 11 points clear. It's just a case of who can get in on the action before the referee blows the full-time whistle. Jules Koundé with good pace to track back and shut out Jose Perez. He's been impressive in this first half, Koundé, going forward and backwards. Because Perez has been involved for Betis. He's an energetic player on loan from Leicester City in January, reported to be loving life back in Spain. He's had bags of energy in this first 47 minutes. But Koundé stepped in to make the all-important tackles and recovery interceptions when needed. He's part of what's made Barcelona such a solid defensive unit this season. The ball played back to Rui Silva between the sticks for Real Betis. Forced to go long, but it's a simple header for Araujo. Finds Lewandowski. In fact, it was Busquets. Tackled by William Carvalho on the halfway line. It's a simple decision for the referee. Barcelona free kick. And they were always up against it today, Real Betis. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games against Barcelona, including a defeat on penalties back in January in the Supercopa de España. Finished 2-2 after extra time, so they put up a better fight on that occasion. But lost the game on penalties. They're not a favourable opponent for Real Betis. Barcelona, not a favourable opponent for anyone this season, it should be said. 3 defeats in 32 games for Xavi's side. As the ball pinged forward, looking for Rafinha, takes the ball down, but his first touch just deserts him. That was a brilliant chance for him to add to his account. Once again, he made that darting run from outside to in. It was absolutely identical to the run that allowed him to score Barcelona's 3rd goal just a few minutes ago. And once again, he timed it to perfection, dead level. with the last defender. That was first touch deserted him. He's heard Barcelona a corner. In it comes from Argentina, in swinging, headed away well. Herman Petzela on the back. Just 1 minute remaining of the allotted 5 added on at the end of this first half. Performance so far from Barcelona. Well, Betis started off firmly in the contest. They've been chasing shadows since going down to 10 men. Towards Kunde, but the referees bring it back, much to Barcelona's frustration. Says that the throw-in taken was in the incorrect position.
Nó có nhá cái của đội
A foul throw against Barcelona.
giá gì giờ mới kẹt thì phải
Betis launched on
nó
the
không
left.
được mà về chỉ cần nói về gì trên nó ra cái này rồi thì mình nói
Paralyzed the deflated Real Betis, and there goes the half-time whistle. Mercifully for Betis boss Manuel Pellegrini. It's been a torrid half for his side. They've been chasing shadows towards the end of that first half at the Camp Nou. Andreas Christensen opened the scoring inside. Gonzalez was sent off.
Nguyên đi với bà tiền ra cũng là xuống có ở trên đó còn nó còn rất
20 minutes after coming off the bench. Robert Lewandowski and Rafinha.
là phía cái những nó xa phía cái xe như này xe thì là chân này những cái trên này này rất là có những rất là có phía cái những này nó sáng rồi ba so che manti era io cũng mà rất là chi sườn Chissà però nó có một lần rất nhiều cái tôi chơi Ako nikaamba kutona hiyo ndio nikala nilianza nini mpira. No pinga. Jangan ni nang ko ni yang ni ba ni. Kalau kenisa ambi, tapi dah bawa masih ayo. Baru mobil ni bagi dah, nanti ni bagi dah. Wana yang kan ni sikit na bawa jadi yang kan teman teman ni. Nombor ambi, awi kan na bawa rumah. Kabar ka ya itu untuk bawa kira kan teman. Kenapa tu nanti? Anda pernah tu berapa? Berapa hari ketika ini? Ya bagi dia baru. Atau baca itu orang tu yang teman. Ya ni bagi dia. Dia tu jalan tu baku. Itu ya. Nah, bagi kita semua. Itu kan bawa kau itu. Kalau nak orang nanti, mau dia cari ni. Oh, yang ni. Eka ile ni tianga ndi mesa. Kile nanya inaji esa. Kumoji la mtu kwa mambo. Wenda yan tu wa no na wa samba sa ki mesa. Kumoji. Don đó là cái lịch cái tọa này nhá, cái là cái vòng này về cái vòng cái rồi cái là cái gì đấy mà có cái nằm được cái còn nằm được đúng không bà nó làm gì nó cũng đã muốn mình chơi mới tọa thì mà nó đi cả cái vật cái mới còn là cái gì mà mới tọa cái gì đó hàng cấp nhà trẻ mà qua cái tọa cái đó là qua cái cái nhà của mình ako ke ikireni kuonwa ikireni kaka tumuri kaka papeti na kwa kila mjomba hii kwa hiyo ndio wana atenda sika yimeki kike vitu mira kare nzeni dola ya kifoko ndio Lani còn năm cái tuổi cái ở đây cái tuổi ở đây quá hiện tại cái ban này bia political nhưng cái political này ở đây ra chuyện nó cái bọn nào nó đi bây giờ là gì á rồi còn năm cái tuổi cái này bia political cái tay cái ba lắm cái ở nó bị nó số là nhà cái là cái đàn chơi nhà to quá vào đi cho bao chơi nhà ấy cho bao chơi núi suối suối thì con nào chơi nhà cao bây giờ đấy cái lồng cái gì đó là quería anda en Barcelona, ¿no? Sei guardare la Roma, tutti da
Sergio Busquets expertly pings the ball wide right to Koundé. Cross goes in towards Lewandowski. It was a threatening one as well. In the end, Petzela did well to get in just ahead of the Barcelona number 9 and made the crucial interception. It was good defending in the end. Rafinha sent the cross in. And Petzela just about got his body in the way. Lewandowski was ready to wheel away and celebrate. Barcelona corner kick from the far right-hand side, whipped into the near post, big chance for Barcelona, and just about cleared away by Real Betis. Very nearly 4, and at this early stage of the second half, that would be exactly what Manuel Pellegrini wants to avoid. He'll want his side to settle in, find a rhythm and just stop Barcelona from getting into a groove of their own, because they could be so devastating with the one-man advantage in the second half. Jose Perez comes back to Juan Miranda. A rare spell of possession for the visitors. Here's Akuku. Jose Perez tries to play the ball inside first time. Doesn't come off, but he's alert to make the interception. Betis rewarded. William Carvalho taken down. Well inside his own half. Frankie de Jong, the culprit, resulted in a Real Betis free kick. And their record against Barcelona is a poor one. They've only won 2 of their last 22 meetings with La Blaugrana. And that shocking run dates all the way back to 2011. Incredibly, there's been no La Liga draws between these two sides at the Camp Nou. 16 years. Seems to be no danger of that ending this evening. Betis would have to find 3 goals on Barcelona's turf. They've only conceded 2 all season at home in La Liga. It's an incredible statistic. One of them was from the penalty spot, the other one was an own goal. It really is. Deservedly a record-breaking defensive season for Xavi's side. And they could be on course of breaking the all-time European record. In terms of top 5 leagues, goals conceded, Chelsea, Jose Mourinho era managed 15 in a season. Barcelona currently on 11. They're coming forward again here. Pedri's found some space. Couldn't get the cross in. Pulls it back. No one in red and blue there to meet it though, and Paul Akuku able to make the clearance. Arousal for Barcelona, who have really just set the tone in this second half. Real Betis setting up shop. They really are. They have every right to do so. Alejandro Balde streaking forward. Not too far in front of him though. He's a quick player, but not that quick. And for a Real Betis goal kick. 50 minutes on the clock. Barcelona still 3 goals to the good, courtesy of goals from Andreas Christensen